What a day. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. OMG. I found some really good stickers in Kentucky. I got to share them with you. And welcome to What's Up Wednesday. This is episode 183, 183 weeks of bringing you cool stuff. We're talking about travel apps tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So if you have, and I know some of you use apps that I do not, it would be great to have you share the travel apps you use, love, maybe some you hate, used to use. That would be really great. Look at this sticker, and then we'll get into the meat of the matter tonight. Right? The problem is they're really big. I don't have any space for them, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them. That's for sure. And I love this one. I got to get in the sticker business. These are $5 each. By the bottom of a distillery. That's coming up on another episode. Thank you for being here. If you're my audience friend for the first time, howdy. My name is Scott. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Go Small, Live Large, all about compact travel. So you can explore, travel, discover more happiness, whether you're in a van. That's kind of what I'm most familiar with, but we're expanding the repertoire. We're headed to Vietnam in a couple of months, and we are taking some cruises to exotic locations, including Panama. So if that is of any interest to you, it's all about travel, explore, discover, happy. Let me kind of show you what's going on tonight. I see a big group in here tonight. This is so awesome. And if we have been audience friends for a long time, thank you again for being here on a Wednesday evening. I may hit the sauce a little early. So I don't know. We'll see. I bought that up in, where did I buy that? In Bardstown, I think, actually, now that I think about it. Let me kind of show you what the agenda is tonight, please. And here we go on that. So travel apps is our big topic of the evening. It's going to be our discussion. I've got some definite thoughts on that, and I hope you do as well. I'm excited to share some of the ones that I've really used over the years, and it's kind of like you just keep learning forward, right? So I want to share with you what I've got going there. And I did a survey today and yesterday against the channel, and here's what people wanted to know. So this was earlier today. Question was, what is your favorite type of travel app? I was a little surprised to find navigation being way out in front, and a tie for discovery of history, art, culture, food apps. And the next category would be hike, bike, walk, trail type of apps. Apparently nobody cares about nature, which is kind of funny here just a second. And campground reservations, not surprised by that. But yesterday I asked when traveling, what types of sites do you like to seek out? Nature was number one. So I'm like, history, culture, nature, oddities, something else. So if you're kind of into any of that stuff, you're in the right place for tonight, because that's what we're going to cover is apps of all types. If you can help me out, this is the format we like to use. That's 3 stars, 3 question marks. Pose your question in that format, please, and I can more readily see it and respond to it. And if you have a comment that's not a question, we have something new for you. Want to guess what it is? 3 stars, 3 exclamation points. If you can help me do that, that will help us help me find your comment, hello, or your question more readily. Fair? And we're going to say howdy after we talk through some of the apps, so we can somebody tuned in just for that specifically. We don't make them wait too long. So if you don't see your country on the map, we've returned to this. I haven't shown this for a few months, and if you don't see your country that you're watching from or are visiting and watching What's Up Wednesday, whether the live or the replay, please leave a note in the comment, and we will put your flag on the map. Pretty cool, right? Oh yeah. so great. I also have RV news. I'm kind of bringing that back. I'm kind of excited about that. I got 3 short news articles you want to know about. It's good news. We try and stay away from the bad news here. And if you haven't been to my website lately, there it is. GoSmallLiveLarge.com. We post a lot of content. We post a lot of the events coming up, what's up Wednesday topics, and etc. So if you can help me out and go there, that would be super awesome. And I'm excited to say that next Wednesday, for What's Up Wednesday, we're going to be celebrating my 6-year anniversary. Next week, 2018, October, is when Kyle and I took delivery of the van. It looked nothing on the outside like it does today. 100%. And we're gonna do a decorating project. So I've recovered the cabinets above the galley. That's what that one is. That's kind of a before and after. And we're going to do this decorating live next week, so you don't want to miss that. So this is the 2 cabinets above my bed. I really like the result. I mean, I really like the result. And I've got a few tips on what I did wrong. And that's why we're recovering this one. And I can't tell you what a difference it made. And it was kind of inspired by Roger and James Travado's got the white cabinets above. And I can't believe what a difference it made. Oh, yeah. So you don't want to miss that. Also, we've got a couple events coming up. You don't want to miss that. So events for our Patreon folks. We got our travel Zoom this Saturday. You'll be seeing those details probably tomorrow. So save the date. It's October 5, Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern. And if you're not a Patreon member yet, we're going to have a little commercial break in the middle here. And this is where we get together as true believers and talk about travel, vans, destinations, campsites, modifications. I usually bring a story or two. It's kind of funny. And if you don't want to miss that, you see my once in a blue moon over there? It's kind of cool, right? You don't want to miss that. So true believers, look forward to seeing you on Saturday live. So with that, let's kind of get into our discussion. And that is about travel apps. And I'm really excited to share this with you. My travel apps have definitely changed over the years. I have some go-to ones that I don't even use anymore. I had some that I thought were a great idea. Used them once and found out it was more, my table is really cluttered, more work than it was worth. So let me kind of share, let's see, we got some, let's do this quick. So I see some questions using the format. Thank you, Peggy. God love you. Peggy got a question here. We are going to rent a van in Europe next year. Any tips or recommendations? That would be awesome. I have zero because that is huge on my bucket list. I would recommend going to the Russos. We're the Russos website or their YouTube page, and they did a series of videos renting a van, I think in a couple different places. They would be a really good resource. I just don't have any experience on that yet. I'm hoping to solve that next year. Secrets coming up. And the other couple that I know that travel in an RV in Europe with 2 kids is, oh Lord, he's a redhead. Oh my God, the RV Summit guys. It'll come to me in a minute. Because I have to think about it. I can't think of them. But yeah, I don't have a specific example for you on that, Peggy. But how's retirement treating you there, young lady? So awesome. Thank you for that. So thanks for using the format. Appreciate that. All right, so let's talk about travel apps. And I'm going to talk about some, and I'm going to demo some, which is what I like to do here because it's much better to see things in person. Let me just get my screen organized. I'm back to doing the fancier keynote if you haven't noticed. All right, so this is what the home screen on my iPad looks like. This is the first screen after my very first home screen. And I've got these organized in a couple of ways. That top row are the ones I use a lot, as in many times a week. The one down below is ones I use frequently. And then at the very bottom, or the second row from the bottom, this is a suite of apps called All Stays. These are kind of broken into groups. I think there's a free version and a paid version. I think I have a paid version. It's iOS only, I think. And then down below that, the 3 in the bottom left are, we're going to talk about street camping. And then I'm going to show you and talk about bands in town and Wikipedia and how I use those for travel. So that's kind of, and then I got a couple, again, demos and a couple surprises for you. So this is the one I use a lot. And if you've been traveling or watching a lot of YouTubers like myself, thank you for that. Harvest Host is just an amazing camping program. You're probably familiar with it. It's a couple $300 a year if you're all in. It's Harvest Hosts and Boondockers Welcome. The difference is, anybody know what it is? Raise your hand. This hand, Scott. So Harvest Host is commercial property. It's a business, and they kind of they do expect you to make a purchase. It's usually one night only. However, the rules have been changing, and if you've been using the app and using Harvest Host, some of them allow you to stay an extra night or two, but they're going to charge you $30, which is probably less expensive than my bar tab, so not a problem. On the flip side is Boondockers Welcome. Boondockers Welcome is private property. What I've found over the years is that it's current or former RVers. They have lots of space. It's generally free unless you want to plug in or get some water. And it is usually one night for sure, oftentimes up to 5 nights. So if you're you did a Harvest Host for the first night and you really like the area you're in and you want to stay longer, but you don't want to stay in a parking lot per se, have a little more privacy, a little more nature around you, then Boondocker Welcome is a great alternative, really inexpensive. And you get to meet somebody that's RVing now. They love the vans, let me tell you, right? And maybe it's somebody that's kind of retired and isn't able to RV anymore. So what they do is they love hear your stories. I really encourage this program. It's fairly inexpensive, and the reason I like it is really for two reasons. Number one, it takes me places I would never go. I've been to some incredible places, probably you too, because the Harvest Host site was someplace I would never go out of the way to go to. One of my most favorite frequent ones recently was the Harvest Host in Michigan outside of Holland that had chickens, kind of chickens roaming around. It was so hysterical. So that's just one example. Great beer too, by the way. So I would encourage you to investigate this. If you've not become a member, my member number is 4 digits. That's how long I've been a member since I was a member before I had my van, ladies and gentlemen. So they're just all over the place. And what I like about Boondocker Welcome is, and golf courses, I'd go all in if I was you. I certainly did. Golf courses are in great neighborhoods. They usually have a bar and grill because I don't play golf. I don't know what the purpose is. So, and they're in urban areas, which is really great. And it's there's farms and it's just all over the place. So highly recommend getting Boondocker Welcome. Fair? Raise your hand if you don't have Boondocker Welcome. This is one I really like. I'm going to see if I can actually demonstrate this. Where do I want to go? So this one came out of the life-changing experience I had with some van friends in the Los Alamos, New Mexico area a couple of, was it 2 years ago now? Excuse me. Where I always thought that hiking meant mountain climbing, like rock climbing. How wrong I was. Let me see if I can pull this up. Please hold. And what I want to do is do a quick demo on this. Alltrails. Alltrails.com. So I'm going to bring up my iPad. You should be able to still hear me because this is just one of the best apps I've ever seen, ever. So here's what it looks like. And I'm not logged in, but you're going to find the idea. So I'm going to type in our location, which is West Palm, thank you, Beach, Florida, right there. And what this does, it gives you some really cool locations in the area, right? Oops. And if you look here, you can kind of see stars. It's very crowdsource centric, which I really like. This one I actually have on my list to go do. Why? Because it's a trail through the woods on a platform. So you're elevated, getting a different perspective. It's 4 miles. Elevation gain is 6 feet. It's an out and back. You can see the little map thing here, and it tells you all about the thing. It talks about waypoints, description. Did I tell you this was a good app? Here's the conditions of the weather. Yeah. No. Oh my God, I need to get that up there. You get the, excuse me, get the idea. Now I'm choked up. But it's a really fantastic. Oh, you're not able to see this. I didn't switch it over, did I? Maybe I'll log in quick. Hold on. You got to see this. Sorry, folks. I thought I had password. Thank God for Face ID. Login failed. Let's try this. Hang tight. All right. I apologize. I won't start over 100%. Present, share screen, window, movie recording. Here we go. Sorry about that. Here we go. All right. This makes way more sense to you. Jeez Louise. Sorry about that. Okay. So this is the iPhone app on the iPad, which is not awesome. But again, what I did is I typed in West Palm Beach, and this is the one I was talking about. You can see the elevated platform there, right? There's some pictures. It looks kind of interesting. I love elevated platforms. See the little wooden sidewalk through the woods? Different perspective, right? Here again, talks about distance, elevation gain, an hour, kind of in and back, right? And this is kind of cool. Watch this. It kind of gives you where you're going to go from a bird's eye view. So if you're kind of wanting the short tour, you cannot do this. You can go all the way to the end, turning around, going back, then you're going to turn right and follow along back to the parking lot. So it's just a really well done app. I do have a paid version. I believe in paying for content, especially when it's great. Again, here's the weather conditions, reviews. Here's the crowdsourcing I talked about, suggested edits. And it's just, again, a really awesome. So let's do something a little more avant-garde. Let's talk Colorado Springs. Colorado Springs. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, look at that one. There's a juicy one. Oh, man, wouldn't that be nice right now? So, again, some pictures. Again, crowdsourcing. That's beautiful, isn't it? Look at that elevation gain, 500 feet. It's 2 miles. Kind of the same deal, right? Up and back. 64. Wouldn't that be lovely? Are you serious? 37 tonight? Oh my God, that sounds lovely. So you kind of get the idea. So this is one that I've really enjoyed a lot. And it's got biking on it as well. And lost you. Yeah, sorry about that. So I highly encourage that one. It's really, really good. All right, let me switch gears and show a couple others here. Window. There we go. All right. So I would highly encourage you to get that one. This one's pretty cool too. This is recreation.gov. I'm not going to demonstrate it because it's kind of a reservation system across federal parks and BLM land and a whole bunch of other things. Not state parks, I don't think. But it's a pretty cool app. It's pretty well done. It's part of the Reserve America system, which if you have an account, it does cover federal parks. It covers state parks, sometimes county parks, I've discovered. But this is really a great app. I don't think it costs anything. It's sponsored by the government, which actually does a pretty good job. So if you're not familiar with this one or you have experience with it, try this one out. It's pretty awesome. Bands in town. I'm gonna demo this one for you because, well, many of you know this about me. My point of travel is not saving money. My point of traveling is to take it all in for as long as I can. humanly possible for mobility and what have you, money running out, things like that. And what about you? Do you love seeing live music? I love seeing live music as part of travel. So let me shift gears. Raise your hand if you like live travel. This may require some bourbon. I don't know. What do you think? Look at this bottle. This bottle is so cool. Let me get this off the screen. I got so much going on in here tonight. It's this way. There we go. Can you see that? It's really hard to see, but there's a cool design on the back. This is really lovely stuff. Bardstown Bourbon Company. This is the Origin series. It's 94 proof. Beautiful color. Let's just have a little libation, shall we? I love this. Oof. That is. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for being here. Appreciate that. Ooh, we got a nice group in here tonight. Mm. 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 Almond, honey, hay, maybe. That is good. All right, we're done. Let me get wrapped up in this. Okay, so let me shift gears. Present, screen, window. Let me get this thing up. There we go. Movie recording. Sure. All right. So here's my deal. So this is the app. Okay, you guys can see that, right? Yes. Okay, so I'm going to touch the screen. Ben's in town. What I like about it is it can give you destination from or circumference from wherever you are. You can adjust the distance. So if you want to go way out, since we're traveling in vans, it's pretty easy, right? So that kind of makes it nice, and then it gives an updates. And what you can do is kind of here's a Bob Marley anniversary thing. That would be certainly cool. It's where's this being held at? Miami. So again, you can follow some of these artists. I found some really cool ones over the years. So again, if you're into live music, I would really encourage you to check this one out. It's free. I wish Apple Music would buy them and integrate it. That would be so great. So again, here's like jazz in the area, right? Here's Zachary Bartholomew. That's probably a little fancy for me. This one looks pretty interesting, right? This is the Sunset Tavern. Tomorrow night, crap, I might go. Kyle, what are you doing? You can book a hotel. Anyway, it's just a really, really nice app to find what is going on around you musically. And I really enjoy this. My favorite story from this app that I know I never would have gone to, use this app. We were having some van camper friends in Las Vegas. We stayed at the Main Street Station RV campground, and I pulled this app up, and I discovered that Adam Lambert was playing at Paris. I think it was Paris, and casino. And 3 of us went, Mike and his lovely bride, and we had so much fun. We were camping with Ginger Walkabout and Arkansas Tracy, and it's kind of during COVID, so you had to have COVID covers, all this stuff. But anyway, I got to see Adam Lambert for the 3rd time in a really nice auditorium, pretty intimate, only 1,000 or so folks, and it was really spectacular. Only because I was traveling, had the app, curious, got to see Adam Lambert, unbelievable, pretty awesome. This one kind of goes back to the navigation. So this one doesn't take you anywhere, but let me tell you, oh my gosh, it is such a better way to travel. Let me shift gears. Please hold. Here we go. Yeah, this thing is incredible. So a lot of the Midwest, the East Coast, even Texas loves their toll passes, right? And they all have different systems, which is a complete pain in the rear. But what I did is, as part of going up through into Canada for the road trek thing, I went up through the East Coast and then down into Michigan. which doesn't have, I think, any toll roads. I don't know. Illinois got quite a few. Indiana had some. And this one pass covers, and that one account covers all of those states, including Florida. Florida's got like 2 or 3 of them. This doesn't cover Texas. I have a Texas pass for that. So if you travel in these areas routinely, I would highly recommend getting the pass thing, that sticks to your windshield, because if you've ever been behind somebody trying to pay a toll with pennies or something, I can't imagine a more, unless getting stuck in the van, irritating situation. So I would highly encourage this. So again, it doesn't give you navigation, but it gives you a lot of confidence to get through that toll gate. Most of them don't have arms that go up and down. So it's a really nice way to get going, and they just bill your accounts on your credit card. You probably get the drill, right? Highly recommend that. A couple more I want to show you, and let's show you what's one after that one. Yeah. Okay, so let me go back to my iPad. Please hold. Presents, share screen, window, movie recording. And here we go. All right. How are we doing so far? So, again, I was really surprised that navigating and wayfinding was the number one thing. So what I want to show you is what I do. I do 2 things really specifically. So I use my phone if I'm kind of going places I don't really need a lot of real estate on the screen. I just magnetically tap this. I use Apple Maps. I really prefer it over Google Maps. But what I like about it, let me show you this. I'll go full screen for you. There's a couple of tricks. I assume Google kind of has the same thing. I don't know. So what I like to do is, let's say I want to go to, let's go to Jupiter, Florida, directions. What you can do, I'm going to pick the 34-minute. And what you can do in here is route options. We want to do that. Oh, we got to do it. I'll go back one. Sorry. End route is where is it? Why am I? Oh, right here. Avoid. See the avoid right here? So here you can avoid tolls, or you can, this is one I love, avoid highways, which kind of takes you off tollways anyway. Because what it does, so then I hit apply, and it gives you the back roads. It usually doubles the time, but sometimes I'm in a hurry, sometimes I'm not. The more curious things I find are on the back roads, and the speeds are slower. So if you haven't tried that, which is avoid highways, I would encourage you to try it. It definitely takes you off the freeway. It may take you on a US highway. Some of those are double laned in both ways, right? But it gets you off the interstate, which I really appreciate. So if you haven't tried that, try that. The other thing I want to show you is here. So there's this little tab up here. This is driving. I usually have it on Explore as the default. You can also do satellite. I love satellite so that, for example, if I am going someplace like in Jupiter and I want to see where there might be a shady area, like a park, I can see kind of, I'm looking for a park. Well, here's the aquatic complex. Let's zoom in. So you see the parking here in the middle? So I know that there's a few on the left side of the screen there. There's quite a few shaded spots. So that's how I look for shade, staying out of the sun. So important in hot climates, hot areas to find shade. Now, normally I'm on the Explore method, which is really cool because it brings up all kinds of cool stuff around you without really searching for it. So just by this view here, I can see what's kind of going on, where the downtown areas are. Just going to, kind of a wide angle view of things. There's Dune Dog. I wonder what that is. Oh, it's a hot dog restaurant. That's cool. There's Jupiter Donuts. Why not? So you probably get the idea there. And I just love how you can kind of adjust your what are you looking for? Food, shade, take the back road, avoid tolls. So I really encourage you to do that. While I'm here, let me show you one more that I really like. And this is going to be, let's go this way, Scott, right here. AccuWeather. I think it was Justin that turned me onto this. And while Apple Weather's pretty good, this thing drills down super deep. And I have the location always turned on both weather apps so that if something is coming my direction, it will alert me. And I really, really like that. This thing, again, has lots of information. It kind of goes without saying. It actually gives you some information on like solar activity, meteor showers and things like that. So it's a really great app. I spent $3 a month on this. Again, I don't mind paying for good apps that have good content and no ads. Don't know how you feel about that. And then this is the one that Apple has. And again, it's pretty good, right? It was really fascinating during the hurricane. And we'll pause here in a minute, look for your guys', ladies and gentlemen's suggestions. Here's wind. It was really fascinating to watch the hurricane. It was really swirling around. It was unbelievable. You could see where that thing was coming and how it was pulling the wind in from the Atlantic side onto the Tampa side. And then it just sucked all up into northern Panhandle and into Georgia. It was fascinating. Excuse me. I got some really amazing shots of that. So that's, let's see, what else I want to show you here. The other one I want to show you is if you're into street camping at all, like me, which means discreet parking overnight in a kind of an urban environment, there's a couple apps I would recommend. And some folks want to know about history. So we'll do that one more second. So there's two apps I love. Probably the one I like the best is ParkWiz. Except it doesn't do horizontal mode on the iPad. That's not cool. Let's try Spot Hero. It's got the same problem. That's funny. What it is it takes you, let's see if I can do this. So you can find a parking spot. Let's say, let's try Chicago Apple Store, Michigan Avenue. Let's see if we get anything on that. Nope. Let's just try this for the heck of it. Okay, so this is Chicago. That's funny. So you kind of pick your time. We're going at 9:30, and we're going to stay for a day. Okay, so like that. And what this does is it looks for generally surface lots in the area. And I've used this a number of times to check out the parking area on the app first. Don't buy until you get there. Do a surveil around the area. Is there a height limit? Is it gated? Is it personed? And what this allows you to do, it's pretty awesome, is pay for a parking spot. So my favorite story there is, you might have heard this, is I stayed 2 nights, 3 days, downtown Chicago, surface lot below Michigan Avenue, 1 block from the Apple Store on the Chicago River. And it was like $28 a night. This was 2 Augusts ago. And only because of that app, and because I was able to do that, stay downtown Chicago for 2 nights for $60 in my van, running off my lithium system. Pretty amazing. So there's a couple. Again, it's kind of Spot Hero. Let me show you this. And ParkWiz is the same. The other one is this one. I've done this many times as well. This is the parking spot. It's for select airports. Kind of the same deal. I've actually used this coming and going from flights. For example, I'd fly out of Denver and do something up in Michigan, and then fly back and stay the night in the van. You do it all on the app. Those are generally not staffed. It's all electronic and credit card and app based, so it's super easy. Pick the place that is, you certainly want to be careful of not having any obstructions. When in doubt, contact them and they will tell you. But this is a really cool way. It's really inexpensive, certainly for a night. Now, it's going to be a little noisy because you're by the airport, but I tell you, it's pretty awesome. I've used this, and I prefer to do this than like, or street camping is fine, but doing, sneaking into a hotel or a hospital. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, last one. Let me shift gears, and then we'll take a pause because I need to say hello to folks. Share screen, window, this one. So when I'm traveling for more than a week, like I've just got off a 2-month trip, about every 5th, 6th, 7th day, I use KOA. Why? Because they have an amazing app. They have a great great quality, great consistency across the system, and the app is really nice. It's slightly more than other RV parks, but what I like about KOA is I can plug in, I can do tanks, I can do laundry, I can just chill. And this time of year, it's just so hot. You really, I need, after at least a night or two of like street camping and what have you, I just want to plug in and be frozen to death in the back in bed at night versus kind of doing the let's make it through the night on the battery in the middle of nowhere, right? So if you haven't tried these guys, I think this is very helpful. If you're looking for some places to stay. And the other app I want to mention is Wikipedia. I love having Wikipedia right here on my home screen for my travel page, because if something is of interest, I can open up the app, tap the search bar, do audio, and dictate what it is I'm looking at or want to learn about, because I've just passed the brown sign, and it helps me determine whether or not I want to stop, get more information, or just keep on going. And you see where the blue moon is up here? When I am traveling more than an hour, certainly, or 2 hours or more, I put my iPad on its little smart folio thing, and I park it in the dash right next to where that blue moon is, right here. And I got to tell you, having that giant 13-inch screen versus this little tiny thing like this, I can see so much more. So again, if I'm traveling and I want more real estate to see things, I'm not watching movies, I'm just having it there to see what's around me. And if you haven't tried that, I would encourage you to try that, because it's really, you're usually on a roadway, not city streets. That's the purpose of, put it in the dashboard so you can see what's around you in a much bigger way. So that's kind of what I had for you. I'm eager to see what is going on with you all, and we'll talk about RV news in another minute. Let's say hi to the folks. Give me a thumb up if you enjoyed that, got anything out of it. Hopefully some of that was new. Here we got Peggy and Peggy and Ashley. Myrtle Beach. Oh, wow. Diesel is cheap. That's exciting. Speaking of KOA, I've never been to this one. Hey, Endless, what's up? Oh my gosh, you're headed to the Overland Expo. You're probably going to see Ashley and Peggy. I attempted to go, but we got stuff to do here. So here's Roger and Jane. That's pretty cool. Good to have you here, ladies and gentlemen. Here's Erican House, Sky Ridge Trails Campground, Torrington, Connecticut. Temperatures 60. That sounds so nice. It's got to run the AC here 100%. It gets down to like 80 overnight. Here's Bill and Joe. What's up, gentlemen? Home base is my new pad, also for Howard, my van. Very good, sir. That's awesome. I got a new lily pad. Wonder if I can bring that in. Let me see. Please hold. Video clips. Video clips. I wanted to show you that. If you're on our Patreon loop, you can. Oops. No, this thing always. Never mind. All right. Let's see. Joe, thank you for that. Here's John in the house. John, so here's David. Good to see you. Matt. Here's Matt. Nashville, Tennessee. I'm off Sofa King. I'm off Sofa King. Happy to have my van Rocco back and on the road. Whoop, whoop. Congratulations, Matt. That's pretty cool, man. Super proud of you. Here's Peggy saying that the Bugwall screens are awesome. Just got them today. Thank goodness, no more hummingbird events. If you didn't know they had a hummingbird in their van. I've had that happen too. Theirs was kind of down the side of the window. That would be terrifying. It sounded like a big bug to me when they sent me the video clip. I've had a hummingbird in my van. It's terrifying. At least it's a bird, not a bug. Good job actually getting that thing out of there without hurting it. There's Gumbo in the house. Good to see you, sir. Here's hi. Oh, Sharon. Good to see you. Appreciate that. And let's see. Oh, Simi G's in the house. 100 degrees. Holy cow. 4:30. Yeah, we found a gas. Definitely gasoline's going down. It's like under $3 here, which is pretty amazing. It's just amazing how gasoline prices vary by state. And the states you think it'd be cheapest in, the ones that should be kind of expensive. I don't understand. So here's Georgia Jack saying, Overlandus has saved us many times. I have it here. I have to be honest, I haven't really used it. So creatures of habit, right, Jack? Yeah, we're really excited. Panama, I think we're on Princess. We're leaving Halloween Eve, and I think it's like 13 days. So we don't go through the canal, we just go to it and then turn around and come back. But we're really excited. We're gonna be making videos, we're doing some live streams and what have you. So I'm super pumped. Raise your hand if you like cruising. Raise 2 hands if you've never been cruising. That would be great to know. All Trails, yeah, it's just the greatest app. If you want an example of what a great app looks like, that's one, right? The Mighty Thor. Yeah. What's her name? I can't remember. Here's Matt. I use the app Forget Not for reusable checklists for my van. Interesting. Forget Not. So I got a pretty serious. I use Apple Reminders. Let's see what's on here. See if there's any secrets. See that quick? I'm kind of an organized type person. Yeah, I'm not going to show this tonight. Off topic. So good job, Matt. So Endless is saying Trails Off-Road, great app for dirt roads and trails. So there you go. Never heard of that one. Here's Betty. Is there an app that stay or go before you reach your final destination? Yes, I would say any of those that I mentioned. The Harvest Hosts, certainly KOA. Many of the Harvest Hosts and Boondocker Welcome can do same-day reservations. I was just at the brewery outside of Indianapolis. They were really strict on no generators, and I'm seeing this more and more because they are in literally in a residential neighborhood. So check that. Boondockers will and Harvest Hosts will give you. But is there not set places? Any of those, even the street parking ones. Go to Cracker Barrel. They have an app. It's not great for navigating to one, but it's good for ordering once you get there. If you don't want to go inside and place your order, then wait in your van and come back. But that's always a good one. I just use their website or the Apple Maps. Peggy's saying lost you. Oh, that was my fault. So here's Overlander, Campendium, All Stays, and of course Harvest Host. Yeah, I'm kind of a creature habit, I have to admit. Overlander, I have them, and Campendium I have them, but I've not really tried them. So I will have to give them a shout out. Here's Horizon in Pennsylvania. Good to see you, sir. Appreciate that. Just winterize your van. Oh no. I'm gonna take my on a trip with a big Class A diesel. Whew, there you go. Our Patreon group is the best. It's pretty. We had a good time. Last Zoom, right? It was. Oh my gosh. I agree with you, 100%. Here's Harvest Host. Awesome. Here's Jack and Gail. Yay! Hi, Scott and the gang. Appreciate that. Here's the YouTube user. What's up, man? South Vienna, Ohio. Another Love Harvest host. What was some of your favorite heart? I have a video I'm putting together. It's just so Harvest host takes you place you wouldn't go. And the second thing is, for me, you get to meet the maker. And sometimes it's the most unusual things, right? It's like, I don't know, ostrich eggs. It's what did I buy the other time? Apple butter, maple syrup, distilleries, wineries, breweries, cheese, farms. You get to meet the people that make all this stuff, right? And you can appreciate what it takes to make this happen when you see it being made, right? From start to finish, meeting the guy and gals that make this stuff. And it's, $50, but look what everything that's involved. Candles. I mean, it's just the coolest thing, right? Thank you, Horizon. Appreciate that. Oh, yes. Peggy. Oh my God. Apple's Obscure for oddities. Never disappointed. I am using that personally for more video content. With a hike, we'll kind of combine both. But yes, you are right. Let me see if I have this tuned up. Nope, I've got the. Let me show this to folks. If you're not familiar with it, I became a member. We may actually go see this because I was looking for cool stuff around here, right? Let me shift gears. Thank you, Peggy. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. It was not on my list. God love you for. Let's see. Present. Stop screen. Whoops. Present. Share. Window. Movie. Here we go. All right. Yeah, this is just the coolest app. Okay, so what this is our web. Do not have an iPad app, which I wish they would. I've been requesting one. They have an iPhone app, which is good, but more real. I just like the more real estate. So this is kind of interesting. Hurricane of 1928 mass burial site in West Palm Beach. The mass grave for victims of a massive hurricane remained hidden until 1991. What's the number here? Yeah, 2,500 people are in this mass grave. There's the storm stuff. So again, kind of interesting, right? Bring folks to why is this not sliding over? Place to eat, a little bit of hiking, show them some stuff we haven't seen before, and that's kind of the deal. What else was around? It gives you the directions, website, nearby. The lost city of Mongolia. Here's Coral Cut. I've actually been to this one. This is actually very cool. This is the Henry Flagler Museum. Henry being very famous for putting Florida on the map for tourism way back in the what's going on tonight. Anyway, yeah, thank you, Peggy. It's a superb tool to find things that are off the beaten path. Appreciate you doing that for us. Let's see what else we want to do. How are we doing on time? Oh my God, we're almost out of time. Let me share a few things about RV news with you. You might want to know about these. I think it's all good news. And then we'll just remind you of the Zoom this weekend and then call it a wrap. We'll go through some more questions here in just a second. Bear with me. All right, RV news. Here we go. You ready? I just like putting up good stories, right? We get enough negativity in our lives. So I kind of called out in red here what the punchlines are. So this was from rvnews.com. I'm really happy to say that the Hershey RV show, which was just a couple of weeks ago, had an increase in attendance, a 5% increase in attendance. They had 13,000 people go through on just Saturday alone. There was over 1,500 RVs. It's a very interesting show. I did that a couple years ago. I probably won't go back. It's in a great area, Hershey, Pennsylvania. It's just got a very different vibe, very large rig. Although now that we're kind of shifting gears to all types of travel, might go back. Yeah, I just love that Lancaster. Lancaster, is that how you say it up there? This is good news too. Zoom in on this. Let me see if I can. I don't know if this gets any bigger or not. maybe a little bit. So this is according to Go RVing, which is kind of the marketing arm of the RV industry. This is in 2024, booking.com. It says that 59% of travelers reported interest in solo traveling. American Express did a report, found solo traveling is expected to grow 9% annually. So let's just round it up 10% annually through 2030. 27% of respondents said they plan to go solo in their next trip, twice the response from the previous year. And I love that last comment there at the bottom. It says the industry should continue to foster opportunities for solitary RV travelers. And we can even say that from the cruise industry, we're seeing a little bit of a shift to both in price and amenities for not so much amenities, but like group meet and greets for solo travelers. So I think that's pretty cool. You know, I travel mostly solo. Some of you do too. It's a very different experience. There's alone and lonely. I'm never lonely. I don't mind being alone. So that's kind of cool. Let's see. What's the next one I got for you? And here we go. One more story. I'm really excited to see this. Let me zoom in for you. So again, this just came out a couple of last week, maybe. California Governor Newsom signed a bill that's supported by the industry and the automotive industry. I was staggered to learn that the California RV industry generates $11 billion in economic output, has 51,000 jobs. And they're talking about warranties. If you ever had warranty work done, there is nothing fun about it. There's nothing fun about it, right? So this bill kind of puts the industry on notice, and the customer has to do a little something here. You can see that. But the idea is to incentivize the customer and the manufacturers to resolve claims more quickly. And what's cool is if the customer's doing things right, then the manufacturers can be charged with civil penalties if they do not comply. And there's a bunch more in there that I didn't put because it was a pretty long article. But I'm glad to see some government intervention here in this industry, because everybody's really quick to take your money for a sale. But once you need some service, good God, right? If you've been out down that rack, that deserves a drink. I'm sorry. It just, just a little bit of incentive for everybody to get their act together and get the work done. So I wanted to share that with you. That was pretty good stuff. RV news. What do you think? All right. Let's answer a few more questions and we'll call it a wrap for this What's Up Wednesday. You having fun? A great group in here tonight. We've been so busy. Oh my gosh. I mean, all that Wingham stuff recently. I'm in chat with Embassy RV and Road Trek Westphalia to do some really amazing things in the next a period of time. We're going on cruising. We're going to Vietnam. So if you like to travel, I like talking about, don't watch me travel. Let me just show you what I'm seeing and what could be of interest to you. My stuff is usually around culture, food, drink, art, history, hikes, all that kind of stuff. I don't like getting wet, but everything else is fair game. We've even tried to, me and Kyle do the rock climb on the cruise ship. I chickened out. You should have seen these 8-year-olds, boys and girls, literally scampering up like squirrels up a tree. Kyle and I were like, oh, we need a martini after that. Oh my God, it was crazy. Yeah, Google Maps is good. If Apple Maps has a fail, Google is kind of my set plan B. I did not know this. With Trails Off-Road, you can transfer routes to GPS. I'm not sure what that is. Good to know, though. Thanks, Jack and Gail. Yeah, it's one that I haven't done in a while. I might repost this as an upload video because it's important stuff, I think. Music festivals are just so great. What I'm looking for is music festivals that we can, not multi-day gazillions of people music festivals. Maybe it's like a bluegrass festival for a weekend that we can go camp together for a night or two. Wouldn't that be fun? I think little venues, little things like that would be just amazing. I mean, bluegrass would be cool, right? Country, EDM, love EDM. So that's, yeah, music festival. It's a great way to leverage your camper van, right? In fact, we're going to go to a party on tomorrow, Friday night, taking up north, and stay in their driveway. It's a party, so why not? It's up by Port St. Lucie. It's pretty great. Let's see. Prost, yes, thank you. Appreciate that. This is one I have not been to, driven by a million times, the Gorge at George. Used to live in Spokane and Seattle, so drove by many times. Never did go. Maybe the Sunset in Ballard, Washington. No, used to live in Seattle. Ballard's a great neighborhood. You must like music too. I like. No wonder we get along so well. That's great. No, we've never been there. When we were in Seattle, as part of the Alaska cruise, we spent like a week, and I really miss Seattle. It's grown up so much. It's not even the town we left back in 2003, but I just miss the old, Fremont neighborhood, Ballard neighborhood, West Seattle, even Mercer Island, Bellevue. Don't even recognize it. Oh my God. Excuse me. I think it's a good point. I don't know if you can move them from vehicle to vehicle. Maybe I think so. You can add like another license plate, right? But I might be wrong on that. So, not a bad idea. And here's an endless adventure, great events, Journal of Lost Time for VanLife Nomad overlanding, Weird Wild West, Baja. Yes, thank you for that. Maybe I do have my jingle jar. Where is it? I thought I did. Oh, jingle jar. Thank you, Emily. Oh, we haven't used that in a while. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm out of practice. Thank you for the super chat. I am going back to Bisbee in April for Weird Wild West. That'd be my third year. That's going to be kind of my launch point for the West Coast for the next few months in 2025. So, and the overlanding what was the other one they did? The caravan up in the mountains kind of a thing. But I love their theme, and what I want to do is piggyback on others' events, so I'm not having to create everything from scratch. My only exception to that is Butte. I want to do something in Butte, Montana. You've been to Butte? Raise your hand if you have. Thank you, Emmis. I appreciate that super chat. That's so great. Let's see. Oh, thank you for using the format for the statement. 3 question marks or 3 stars, 3 exclamation points. We're trying to avoid all the highways when we have time. Yeah, it's well. I agree with you. Here's Roger and Jane. Thank you for using the format. We also travel the back roads whenever possible. Yeah, and just small towns, right? Just small towns and little parks, and it's just so cute. We need the weather app. We've caught high wind and bad thunderstorms. Should have been better informed. Our bad. Yeah, make sure your location's always on. So, they need to know where you are for those things to work. I highly recommend AccuWeather. Thank you, Justin, for tuning me into that. It's $3 a month, I think it is. It may have an annual plan. I don't know. That one's really good. And the Apple Weather app is really good too, as well. We don't have a little overtime. So Jane and Roger want to know, how do I attach I don't attach it. I use the folio, so it kind of folds over. It's got kind of the rubberized edges, and I just kind of tuck it in between the windshield and the dash, and it stays just fine. So it's easy to get in and get out. If you're going for some period of time and you're using it, I use it kind of as a secondary navigation for the Wikipedia, what's going on around me, maybe take a peek at channel comments, and so give it a shot. I tuck it in. So there's the vent here. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of dark out. So it just kind of fits in this little recessed area and then just against the window. And I got the big iPad, so it's easy. But I think this little bit smaller size will work as well. I have to scoot it down on the window a little bit, but I really love it. And I have a battery pack, battery bank that I can connect to with a USB-C cable if I'm going for many hours. I just love, if I pass a sign, you know the drill. So I would encourage you to try it. It does kind of block the white line right in front of the van a little bit, that vantage point, but in the city I wouldn't do it. But here's Peggy. We'll go a few more minutes. Lever KOA, just use reward points here. $50 off. Yeah, laundry, Chillanex. Oh, that's just laundry and Chillanex. That's interesting. Yeah, I've got over 400,000 points. So now when I go in, the fancy ones with the KOA, thank you, Peggy, appreciate that. Might be, I don't know, $80 a night, where the one I would normally stay in is $50 a night. And so now I'm just using the 20 or $30 worth of points that I can to stay in the little upgraded one. Certainly if I'm going to be around for a couple of days, give myself a little treat. But it's kind of nice. You get 10% off, and then you can use points too, right? Let's see. I'm looking to see if we're missing anything here. Oh yeah, Peter. Thank you, Jack. He said he sent me a text. Said, "Hey, I ran into Georgia Jack." That's so great. He's a great guy, isn't he? How was the show? Um, it's kind of a homegrown show, so I hope it turned out well for them. I see another. Yeah, hopefully everybody got that. We'll go a few more minutes. I'm kind of over time. Yeah, it's just I kind of wedge it gently, but with that smart folio, so it just folds over. There's no keyboard. It works really well. I just love it, and to be able to see things in a much bigger screen just makes it's so much more pleasant. Here's Bill in the house. Good to see you, sir. Oh, Molly, that's right. There he is. Western Maryland. Yeah, man, thank you. So this is one called The Dirt. I bought it. They keep trying to sell me the same subscription I bought. It's kind of annoying, but I'm curious why you like it. I like the simplicity of it. I need to give it another shot. Appreciate that. Here's Dave, who apparently speaks Italian. Ciao, prego. Yeah, I saw the Pixel on the on Stranger Palooza, and Nick, we're kind of going through that. It looks like a Solus knockoff that is a little different. So I'm excited to see one in person. Congrats to the Coachman team for hitting a price point. We'd love everybody to get into the vans. Sometimes that's just the way it rolls. So yes, Eric, you're exactly right. Some of the aircraft museums I've been going to have been Harvest Hosts. One of my favorite ones, there's one that's an old Air Force training base. I can't remember where it is, but it has a museum now, and that's an awesome Harvest Host. It actually has a training cockpit of a B-52. You can climb up into it and sit in it. That was a little harrowing for me, being afraid of heights. The other one I love is in San Antonio, Texas, the Texas Air Museum. That thing is cool. I've stayed there many times. It's at an active municipal airport, and across the street is the sheriff helicopter ranger patrol thing. And you get to see the helicopters kind of going all night up and down. It's really cool. If you're into helicopters, I need to go say hi to those guys next time I'm in San Antonio there. It's just, it's a great museum. So thank you for that. You're exactly right. Vineyards in Nova Scotia. Holy cow. Right? That's kind of the thing. Takes you a place you wouldn't go. I wouldn't go. Yeah. It's just cool, right? Here's a farm in Georgia, brought awesome meat, and you get to meet the people that grow the meat. It's just, I just love it, right? And I have a much more appreciation for it. I don't know about you, but I'm just like, what it takes. And that's why I think I would just love to see America kind of reconnect with how things are made and what it takes to get things made. I think it would change some things, I would hope. Thank you, Peggy. Here's YouTube user. Thank you, sir. Where'd my thing go? Right here. Super sticker. Appreciate that. God love you. Appreciate that. Trains, planes, and airplanes. Trains, cars, and vans, and cruise ships. And yes, sir. Thank you, Peggy. I know what you meant. That's so great. I've never used Waze. Thank you, Eric. I like speed. I'm not sure. Apple certainly has. It will show you the speed limit, but it doesn't alert you if you're over or not. Live Oaks, Florida. So yeah, if you have any suggestions on music festivals or arts and crafts festivals or bourbon festivals, certainly anything coming up next year, that's what I'm going to kind of pin my star on, so we can come together and visit, write on somebody else's event planning, and just have a ball. Maybe there's a harvest host in the area that we can call in advance and say, hey, do you mind if we have 10 vans for the night at a really cool, I don't know, winery near Tampa? We did that a few years ago. That was great, right? Neil Keel. It's very fruity wine. So the cider was what got me there. There's Endless from Spokane, Washington. GEG. Used to live there. My brother and sister are still there. This is great. I'm just trying to. Here's Jeff. Great to see you, sir. Here's Matt saying you can register multiple vehicles with one easy pass. Thank you, Matt. I kind of thought that was the case. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh my God. I would love like fall to be in Butte. It is one of my favorite towns. It is a gritty town. It's my kind of town, man. It's got new, it's got old, it's got history, it's got mine tours, it's got hikes, it's got a KOA. I've street camped there. It's such a great town. And it's one nobody really talks about. It's just and the elevation's high, and there's the Rocky Continental Divide is right there. That's big on my list for making help. That one and Helper, Utah. If we can make that happen, that would be incredible. Helper, Utah. Who's been to Helper, Utah? It's about an hour and a half south of Salt Lake, which, by the way, if you didn't know, we're going to do a recap here in the next week or two on all the announcements that Wingham made. One of their franchise dealers is going to be in Salt Lake City, located, and the other one is going to be in Nashville. So another reason to go to Salt Lake area. I think you're right. Hangar 25, right? Had those massive single pane glass doors that go across from the World War II. I still got the control tower there. I got some great pictures of that. I think I did a What's Up Wednesday live from that. I actually asked permission because they kind of want you parking in the back, but the sun was just beating. That's where kind of the noise was. So I asked if I could stay out on the street, and they did let me. It's always nice to ask. Appreciate that. Yeah. And here's beer on me. Yes, sir. Appreciate that. Oh my gosh, we're way over time. This is great. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm probably having a little more bourbon tonight. Thank you for that. Jack and Gail, God love you. This is so great. Here's one. Might 8 Air Force Museum is great. I've never been there. What I'm going to try and do when we do this party over the weekend is go see the Navy SEAL Museum that's kind of off 95. It's an hour sort of north of Jupiter-ish. I've always wanted to stay. I think it'd be kind of a compelling video, find a couple oddities around, and why get a camper van? You can go to a party, stay in your friend's front lawn with all the comforts of home. And when I'm done, I just get in my van and go to bed. I don't have to stay up all night. So that's what we're doing this weekend, I think, because all the properties are sold out, which I'm happy to say. All right, folks. So whoops, call a rep. Thank you again, YouTube user. Appreciate that. Let's see. Oh, let me just remind everybody. So those of us that are on our Patreon, so watch for the details posted on Patreon very soon. Just looking forward to talking to everybody. We talk about everything. We talked about being a traveler and being tapped for jury duty. I mean, we covered the gamut here. It's pretty cool. So you go to patreon.com/go small live large. There's free. There's 4 levels, free to $40 or 40. That'd be nice. $20 a month. We do 2 Zooms a month and special campouts and all kinds of crazy things. Is that it? Oh yeah. What's Up Wednesday next week? Again, we're going to celebrate 6 years of taking delivery of the van. My life has forever been changed because of a camper van. Who knew? And all of you, my beloved YouTube audience. And again, we're going to do the redecorating. Love the outcome. There's a few things I did wrong, and I want to share that. So if you want to do it, you don't make the mistakes I did. It's going to be pretty awesome. I knew Eric would have a little excitement about that. Or the SEAL Museum is awesome. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I just love the military, right? I mean, God love them. So that's it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great week. We have another video coming out this week and on Sunday, and we'll see you next weekend. Or next weekend. I've only had this much to drink today. I mean, literally. So we'll see you on Wednesday. We're redecorating live and celebrating the good, the bad, the ugly of 6 years of van ownership. Should be pretty cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. We'll see you soon. And there we go. Peace be with you. Appreciate it. Right there, Scott.